Good performance here on the CT side of the AWP, but first we'll have to see what he can do with the on the T side, and it will be the Glock to start things off. Gade though has he's bought himself a P250, got that extra range. JW sees way too many people outside, and he's like, no, I don't know if I want to have any part of that. Crim's USP will be really good at this range. Brand's got dual Bretters, it must be said.
Yeah.
And now we've got a movement downstairs.
Yeah, the Julies, I don't know about that, but we'll see. JW will make things easier, at least for Fnatic, and the smoke will go down. What a shutdown, oh my god. They have to go back, there's no other choice, but main is also locked down as a smoke, but you know what, they're going to run straight through it. JW turns around at the sound of the door, and that's going to be one more for him as he takes out more players. So much damage done. The crossfire as well is going to be so helpful. Twist will cover JW for the reload, and now it's just down to Kirby, and he will get one player, but there's 4 more. He needs to ace to bring this round back.
And he's got 1 minute to do it. There's so many places he can be right now. JW moving on the outside. Now, do they have the sound cue that he's in this position and that he didn't fall off completely? They see him now. Desperate attempt from Kirby, but it won't be done. That was an awesome pistol round from Fnatic.
Yeah.
JW spots in the lower area. He has his teammate ready to throw a smoke for him. They know that the Ts have to rotate upstairs. So he gets there way before them. Out of the vent because they popped it earlier on. Up the ladder, gets some more kills, holds down the squeaky position. That was an awesome pistol round from Fnatic.
It's actually quite interesting because you almost feel like they fear the smoke too much in that position. But because when there's a pistol on the other end, it's not nearly as scary as when there's a rifle that can spray you down. So maybe giving it a little bit too much respect. But either way, they couldn't know as well that it would be so difficult to rotate back out. So either way, it's a full Glock eco. Oh yes, Crims, he's going to have a lovely time here, isn't he? Making that cash. Oh, what? AC with a jumping Glock, no less. You got to respect it.
Honestly, it was so promising, that pistol round from Fnatic, because I didn't even get to talk about all of it. The baiting from JW towards the end, where he's just hiding, just showing, just trying to delay them, buying time for his teammates to rotate and so on. It just showed so much coordination in that one pistol round that I expect big things now on their CT side, or at least attempted. I feel like if you have a good idea, then for me, who wants to see good Counter-Strike, whether it fails or succeeds, isn't the point. If you do something cool and it fails, then maybe that means the other side will be playing even better Counter-Strike. So we shall see. Maybe later on, North will be throwing HEs to blow off the squeaky door, but for this round at least, their first buy round, they will start slow.
So it's very scary up there, but Kirby will deal with him quite well. North have great set pieces on the upper bomb side. We're going to see them just barrel their way through using the firepower mostly.
Oh no.
And this is... Oh yeah, that's gone a little bit wrong, hasn't it, for JW? And that's a huge issue. It means he's unable to do really anything. So it's just... Well, just got to save at this point. That's kind of sucky for them.
Yeah, it went wrong for both sides. North tried to Molotov the heaven position, but the Molotov bounced off in an opposite direction. So maybe there was a chance, but obviously being expectant of the molly to come up. Drop the smoke, doesn't work. A site taken. Early issues for Fnatic. I like the combo play from the 2 North players around the squeaky door. One opening the door, having a look on the hut roof, as the other one makes his way through and looks next to Squeaky. Nice combo from North, and they have the numbers to overwhelm. Some good trade frags from Kirby, and that gives them their first round on the board early. Looking at the money of Fnatic, we've got Broline on 2650, same for Exist. Crims is pretty short though, so if they choose to buy around what they have, then I'm sure somebody will drop for him, but it won't be the best buy in the world.
It certainly will not be. It's a good start for North. It always feels really good when you're on the T side and you just don't allow the CTs to really do anything to begin with. Especially after getting dominated on the pistol as they did. That definitely couldn't have felt all too good for them. And now we move into this T side with that Mac 10 on Kirby, but everyone else with the AKs, full utilities. So, I mean, this would be a good spot to start establishing your default, and we'll see if they are going to be up to that. We got the cross smoke there and a couple more smokes down towards Secret, so that's completely blocked off. Fnatic would have to play aggressively into the smokes to actually figure out what's going on there. So it's unlikely that will be the case. And Zade there with the... Is that for huts? I presume it must be for the top of hut. We'll soon find out. And indeed, they're going to go for the upper play here. Straight through the smoke with that Mac 10, and that's worked out for Kirby. He takes down Crims, but Fnatic are otherwise holding on fairly well.
Good comms. JW realizes where the last frag came from. Gade walking back into the hut with 9 HP, but he is more or less surrounded Brolan's got an off angle, but how deep is he looking to peek? There is the bomb. Now, where's the last player? Found and swatted by JW. Back to winning ways, Fnatic. They took too many losses, though, losing 3 players. Very, very expensive for them. Didn't have enough utility at the start of that round, so we'll see how they look in the next one and what their opponent chooses to do. But there was a lot of variance there, war of attrition. They came out on top, and that is what is ultimately more important. But it may slow down their progress to a full buy of an AWP and full utility and so on.
Yeah, that was a really close one, honestly. That was kind of scary. You know, Gade obviously gets that clutch double there just to save the day, but it was a nice entry. You know, Kirby getting the insta-kill with that MAC-10 usually allows the T's to kind of gain so much ground that the trades are much more favorable on that T side, but ultimately, you know, Fnatic putting a stop to that. So that's a pretty key round to win as well. And it's actually quite awesome, again, because as I was saying, you know, that was a great round where North can set up their default. And why that's important is because you set up the pace, you set the standard, and if you set a standard, it allows you to then play against the expectation that you then create in future rounds. And that's really important to do. And I think that's quite genius because North, they make it look like the default, and then boom, up a hit straight away. So it's making me excited, James, because I feel like, you know, North are going to have a lot of cool things to throw at the CT side of Fnatic.
If you look at how shiny Yugi's mouse is, I have the same mouse as him. And Valde's mouse is like a newer version of it, but a different material, which is probably better long term. Because when it gets shiny like that, on mine I've put grip tape on it. So I don't know if any of you have seen my mouse on Twitter. It's got lots of weird green tape all over it to get better grip when it goes all shiny. But anyway, we are back into the round now. We have Exist on the automatic shotgun, and Valde's going to make his way downstairs. Just getting past the Molotov in time. Maybe that buys him an extra second or two to move forward, but you can never be too careful down there. Starts to make inroads. Now, I do wonder if we're going to have North making noise upstairs while he tries to, say, open a door undetected or something along those lines. Exist keeping an eye on Hut. He's ready. That's a really good position for an auto shotgun should North go that way, but it seems they're looking to make inroads towards the ramp.
Yeah, and this is something, you know, I was mentioning before, you know, it's really important to also allow, like, not allow the CTs to just play one ramp, to you know, always keep in question that could be requiring more help and a quicker rotation than you'd otherwise like as the CTs. And you can see that there's some players will be spotted there from JW, but given that he's the only guy here, he doesn't want to fight to the death. He has to just fall back and hold on to that position. And indeed, Twist will rotate just in the nick of time to at least pick off one. They've given up the ramp, but they've picked up a kill.
Yeah, Gabe's Molotov allows them an angle to get into the ramp position. JW does what he can. Could have been 2. It was 0, but 2 of these 3 players are very heavily tagged, and one of them gets taken down with ease by Brolan. 1 bullet and done. 4 versus 2 with 30 seconds to plant the bomb. They need frags. Kiabi opening a door of opportunity, closing it again. But as this clock ticks, they know there's just going to be more and more CTs to deal with. They've got no utility whatsoever to try and get a bomb plant now. 20 seconds. They've got to kill at least 2 people. Surely Kiabi peeking the ramp, not quite happening, and AZ's left with 16 HP. Well, not going to work for him either. And Exist gets rid of his shotgun. 3 AKs on the CT side is an indication of a very successful half.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, some of the rounds have been so close. Like, we had a couple really close ones from North, so you know, I think that they're gonna feel that the score doesn't really sort of respect some of the efforts that they've put in. So I doubt they're gonna really have too many issues just yet. And also, as I mentioned, a lot of this, especially when I think you have a caller as sort of intelligent as the likes of Valde, and a team that has as many strategies as North that they can execute. You know, the rounds that have happened allow you to have, as I said, like before, standards, things that your opponent might then expect to come in the future. And then if you read that really well, you can also get a better sense of how to defeat those CT setups. So I doubt they're going to look at this being 1-4 down as any, you know, loss per se. There's still a lot for them to work with in their buy rounds. And this round, you know, they're looking for a couple Deagle kills. See if they can find them outside. Fnatic are challenging them, so there is opportunity.
Looking for that impact on the wallets of Fnatic are North with their 4 Desert Eagles, with their 3 Desert Eagles. Just dry peaks. It's a very ashy round for North with the 3 Deagles. And looking at the money of Fnatic, there's definitely impact to be had by North. Again, this is not a round they're expecting to really win. They just want to make it as expensive as possible. 2 kills could take $12,000 away from the pockets of Fnatic, which could have something to play in the long game for this half. GW, of course, just creeping up for that last kill, second last kill, sorry. Valde's made his way into a nice position, so surely he gets something out of it. Oh, no.
Whoa.
It's still awkward, though, because Twist... Oh! Oh, my...
Oh, my God.
So many different things could have happened there.
That's amazing.
Twist hits the ramp, so he's fine. No one's lost for Fnatic. No damage done by North. Look how tight those odds are, 1.9 to 1.8.
Yeah, you feel like that's really fair. I think these teams are, I'm unsure specifically where they are on the HLTV rankings, but as far as the eye test, I feel like these teams are pretty damn close at the moment. And the cool thing about that is that they also are very different teams in many respects. So that can typically make really interesting best-of-3 series. And we see Valde doing exactly what he did previously. Again, like it's that fast default with the smokes down outside, Valde getting down secret, and that forces a CT rotation. However, Fnatic will feel pretty good about that rotation because even though they're spread more thin, they've got the picks they need to make it feel comfortable.
A fast 5 versus 4. Now it's a 5 versus 2. Falling like dominoes. Is there a second frag for Kiabi? AZ trying to help out as well. And there's Crim's taken out. Did they hit ladder? Did they hit heaven? Doesn't matter because Fnatic have taken another round. Looking strong on Nuke. GW is having some fun disposing of an incendiary to pick up a Molotov. 6-1 in favor of Fnatic, and North are in eco territory unless they want some kind of crazy hero AK round.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough, but you know what? They can still throw the smokes outside and try to use that to force a rotation. And I mean, this is one of the cool things about Nuke is that even with pistols, if you have the utility, you can still force rotations, which will create openings. You can still sort of swarm through some of the tighter choke points to get into spots like ramp or maybe even upper. Like you can actually still move around the map quite a lot and get into positions which can work out for the pistols. But we'll have to see what North choose to do. I would be surprised if they surely won't go for a full eco indeed. So we get the half buy with a ton of utility. They got all the smokes, got 5 smokes. So wouldn't be too surprised if we see the smokes that we've been seeing in the last few rounds from them. See, there's the cross smoke to T-Reds. I'm not sure if they haven't deployed any other ones just yet. Valde just threw a smoke himself. Although I'm not sure exactly where they went. Okay, so that's towards main. Okay, so they are creating a lot of pressure here. That's going to potentially make Brolan come out towards Secret to check on what's going on. And it will be a split onto the upper bomb side. Let's see how successful it is. They do still have, well, they had Yugi waiting for Brolan, but Brolan will win that fight. And yikes, this is not going so well, is it?
HE may do some damage, may wish for more, but again, just one player taken out for Fnatic, so they won't be too concerned with that. Some bonus money from Valde. He's only got a P250, but maybe he can get some extra damage done. Then again, maybe not. They got a plant though, and they got 1 frag. They'll be happy with that. The focus is on winning the buy rounds ultimately. Fnatic, on the other hand, will also be happy with only 1 player lost. Starting to build some money now. Brolan, Twist, over $10,000, as is JW. So they can spread the wealth. They're in a good position, a strong position. They've got 2 buys, basically, Fnatic. And North have a lot to do in this half.
Yeah, I mean, again, we have had some of those defaults from them. We haven't had a lot of ramp play just yet. We've seen some explosive play on the upper bomb side. I wonder if that will be continuing. That said, Yuki has an AWP now, so he could post that up towards ramp. Potentially, they could try to catch a pick there. Or here we go. We get actually a fast door attempt, and he won't find it. Maybe if he didn't have to open the door, James.
Yeah, we haven't really seen them blow off the door like most, not all, but most teams do, as a part of a default, really. Just to expose it and have the CTs worry about more of the time, and maybe use a little more utility early.
Do you think it could be because if they blow up the door, they feel like it might telegraph that someone might be trying to pick with the AWP, so the CTs won't go there? That could be potentially one of the reasons.
Well, it's still something you have to focus on. And if you don't intend to do that, then it can work in your favor. If you want them to be somewhere else, they'd be picked somewhere else. Got some pretty tight angles being held by Fnatic. Twist has some information, didn't pull the trigger just yet. And now he's been smoked off. He'll keep an eye on the top of Mini. And we've got a boost for North as well as they look for their first pick in the round. 55 seconds on the clock. Crim's not sure whether he should look high or look low. That flashbang, he'll eat it, but they haven't seen him just yet. One's still gone past him, and he won't manage to escape. Trades around the map. Twist moves back to CT spawn. The bomb needs to be collected by North, though. With the time on the clock, that might be a problem.
Absolutely. Yuki will try to maneuver around, see if he can find anything else here. So it's going to feel so exposed to grab that bomb, and it's going to be done by Kirby. He's meantime holding on to that lobby position and making certain that there's no pushes there either. But Fnatic don't really need to push anything. They have all the position that they need. I was going to say that AWP in CT it could be a problem, but able to just barely evade that in time. And Exist's legs will be found as Kirby pushes forwards. JW, surely they won't expect him after just taking down Exist up there in the rafters. JW is a complete surprise, but the trade is good. But in comes Twist through the smoke. Oh my goodness, Yuki. I can't believe it. He hits that shot, but it's all in vain. They didn't have time to get the bomb down. It's such a heartbreaker for the likes of North, James. It looks so promising.
Yeah, Fnatic just taking more weapons away. They have the money to do it. Didn't need to push through the smoke there. It was already too late to plant the bomb. But another cheeky frag attempt, and Fnatic will keep the pressure up regardless. Very strong start to this best-of-3 series for them. And into the game we go. 8-1 in favor of Fnatic. North have no answer to these rounds just yet. And sure, they could have a dominant CT side as well, but they'll need more than one round. AZ has gone for the Ferrari peak and made his way into the control room. I don't know if anybody has any idea at the moment on the B bomb site. Of course, it's limited how far you can go beyond this, but he's about to get a duel.
Oh my
JW
God.
taken out. They had no idea. Now they know, but maybe that'll cost them everything.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, they absolutely had zero idea about that one. But still, recovery is on offer as Twist will get some opportunities to get that up and put it to work. However, they will get down towards Secret. But the information is at least in the hands of Fnatic, so the rotations will be made. The question is whether or not they will get there in time. It looks like they're pretty good for that, honestly. And here comes a much-needed smoke to allow the T's out of the door, but Brolan can lay waste to them, and there's the bomb down in the ground and now in the flames. It's looking rather hopeless at this point for North, but they have the player advantage. They should be able to recover the bomb. Fnatic didn't have quite enough members behind that defense to really properly capitalize on it, and Crim's his last man standing, and Kirby has one for him. So I spoke completely too soon. And it looks like this defense, James, is rather strong indeed.
Well, let's see what kind of money they have at this point. Now, they maybe expended an extra player towards the end of the round prior when they won by timeout. I do wonder if that will have an impact at this point. Let's see. Perhaps it does, because Crims is on the automatic shotgun and he's got 0 money in the bank. Now, if the auto's used in the right place, it might not be the worst thing in the world, but against stronger weapons, you've got less time to get those shells in the right place. Those fragments, if you will. AZ's creeping again. Is he going to get killed this time? The tracing is great, but there's Crims activated with that auto shotgun, and JW is here for support as well. Crims gets eliminated, but indeed, they should know that JW is creeping somewhere. They're looking for him. He needs help, but he needs it quickly. There's a one-man kill. Can he get a second one? His teammates will. The bait is there. I was looking for the 2-man spray down. But he'll get one, and he jiggles enough. He stays alive enough for his team to come around and converge on the bomb site, and Fnatic are back to winning ways.
Damn. Look at Jumpy Bad. He's got that little grin on his face.
That cheeky smile.
He's like holding back the maniacal laughter, because this is looking so strong from Fnatic at the moment, like a walk in the park. Everything that North seem to throw at Fnatic just gets wiped out, and they don't seem to be able to get the picks they need, and the entries aren't traded quite so well as they were in some of the earlier points of this half. And now North are on Galil's, and surely looking for a fast play, and Crims is surely going to ravage them with that auto shotgun.
Expecting flashbangs. Facing the wall. It's like being in school again. Minus the flashbangs. Wasn't that bad. 7-round lead for Fnatic. That's a good start for Crims. He can't follow up, though. There will be an upgrade. They're lining up in the hut entrance, and a continuation spray from Exist. The experience, the temerity, the deletions on the A-bomb site. 10 rounds for Fnatic. Just 2 for North. Bro fists all round. And it's a very good start indeed for Fnatic. You can see Jumpy's been in the sun, but the rest of his team are white as a sheet, so you do wonder if he pulled a sickie one day, just went to the beach.
Hey man, maybe it's that spray tan.
Perhaps, yeah. Never done one myself, so.
Maybe you should. Give it a whirl. A tactical timeout for North. They certainly need a moment to figure out what the hell's going on. I mean, you can see that they have a structure to their game plan. You can see that there is a game plan here. It's just that they're unable to win any of the frags that are important, it would appear. And Fnatic, they are so strong individually. And Crims is still rocking that auto shotgun. You know, much respect for that. I mean, this is the map to do it, so. And honestly, you know, Fnatic, I would definitely expect their T side to be much weaker than their CT side here. So I would be curious to see whether or not it'd be possible for, you know, a comeback for North. I mean, it is easier on the CT side to play the setups and just kind of relax a little bit, be a bit more reactive. You have, you know, set reactions to various smokes and other movements that the Ts might make. So.
Ooh, JW's going to have the info to stop the rotation. There's a great flashbang from his teammates. And he'll spot them trying to make their way towards the A side. He can ring the alarm. You can see on the mini-map the Fnatic players are slightly moving closer to that A-bomb site. Good position around the smoke. JW getting some highlights here. Down to the USP versus the AK. That won't quite work out. Maybe there's a chance for AZ to get another weapon. He is far away, however. Valde has the bomb. Trying to creep back to T-Red once again. He's been spotted. But he'll continue on his journey. Or will he? Maybe he's going to try and pop into main. Seems this will be the gamble play. You can see Twist is repositioned though, so if he picks at the right time, then maybe Valde gets taken out. Edging forward, but he wasn't sure if anybody would be in that close corner. And there is the bomb lost. Now AZ's the last man. There is the bait, and there is Crims again with that big kill bonus, and that is an interesting shot. And I'm glad it's gone.
Lovely. Success continues. Wow, I did not expect this map to look like this at all. Much impressed.
Well, the same could happen on the second half.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
But North, they'll need 4 rounds at least. T side is the troublesome side at the moment.
You can see them throwing the incendiary outside there to basically screw up the smokes that North might want to throw. That's why they're throwing them with a delay. You can see the tracers going there just as the incendiary disappears. Out come the smokes. Beautiful stuff from North. Oh, okay, Twist. Is there a gap there? I think that was just a random one. That's always nice to see. And down Secret they'll go, but they've lost a man. And in getting that kill, it will confirm that there is obviously at least one player, but they'll see many more there as the peek comes in from JW. Not a pleasant sight for him.
That is complete information after AZ gets taken out towards Squeaky. JW sees everybody, but that information gets old second by second. There is pressure, though, for North to take the bomb site, to commit to a bomb plant. While these smokes are up, they do have another one in the hole, but this is very, very dangerous territory for them. They don't really have angles to cover anything. There could have been some free spray. They're creeping through the smoke. Brian didn't see the player to the right-hand side, and he'll get taken out by him. It's Gade near the entrance to Bina, near that ramp, and that's a good start for him. Has he done enough for Yugi, though? 1 versus 2. Maybe he just showed a little bit of body by the door, but doesn't seem like Crim saw him moving through to control to clear that. Twist having a look-see. Could be double doors, could be decontamination. Starting to creep now, but he's so close. Surely Yugi's got the advantage. The smoke, the flash goes beyond him. He manages to get past the choke point. Crims has to find this kill, otherwise he can't defuse this bomb. Ooh. Is there time? I think there just might be. It's going to be a close one, though. Has he got the numbers? It seems like he just about has. There is no mercy for North. 12-2 for Fnatic.
Feels bad, man. I mean, that felt like it was the round for North. I mean, obviously, it was a bit sketchy, and they were coming back from being a little bit behind there. But that 1v1, that was it. Could have been so important. But in fact, Fnatic instead continue their dominance. And here is that just random shot through the smoke. Twist. It's going to get a lovely kill. And it's the last chance on the T rounds, T half, I should say, for North to get additional rounds. They can't finish the half with 2 rounds, James. They can't do that.
And might not be up to them, Dan. Doesn't look like it is, the way these rounds have been going. So let's see what AZ will do with this lineup. Hello, there's a hole in the door. Forces him to move his position, but he'll see that no one is creeping in the corner. Now, there isn't much presence outside from North. They've got to be really careful. JW with an AK in that position. Not ideal. Some harassment with the flashbang through the door. I think he was trying to jump to hit the roof of this entrance to avoid being headshot if somebody had an angle as he crossed over. Didn't quite work out. He got caught, but nobody stopped him. No one saw him. Nobody shot him. 1 minute on the clock now as North tried to establish some presence. Maybe pull a second player towards ramp to push A later on.
So Brolan trying to keep this honest, checking over the smoke to see if they're actually pushing behind that, but he can see that they're not. And that's key information, especially for Crims, because Crims would push in the back with the shotgun if he knew that they were rushing ramp. Are they going to still go ramp? Looks like they will, actually. And now Brolan, the smoke is down. He's going to go into it. That's beautiful. Oh, my God. This is mad. He's going to be right behind them, and they have no idea. Or maybe they do. Oh, Kirby was checking that. Unbelievable. Maybe a round, after all, is in the works here for North.
Presence of mind from North is brilliant, but it might only be enough for a third round in this half. They continue to trade frags. These teams, 15 seconds. The bomb needs to get planted. It doesn't seem close to be doing so. Decon is where JW is standing. There's no mistake to plant the bomb. Existed here for harassment, and it is stereo frags for Fnatic. 6 seconds now. One person can hide, and the round is won. Kiabi's got to chase both frags. JW will still peak because why not? And it's 13-2 for Fnatic at half-time. Absolute dominance, an avalanche of rounds for the Swedes. And we'll see if North can pull it back after the break.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. This is the first map of this best of 3 between North and Fnatic. We started on Nuke, and we're still on Nuke, of course. Fnatic are not doing that well, that they could win a map in 1/2, James. But maybe someday. But for now, North do get a chance to fight back in this one after having an appalling T side, and it's going to be difficult. They got only a mere 2 rounds, James. 2 rounds. If they lose a pistol, it's basically over.
Imagine if there was like some weird rule in a smaller tournament where if you got 15-0, you could coin flip for 16-0, but if you lost a coin flip, it was like 15-7.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know, man. Let's just spice it up. Let's just add a little danger to it.
I'm never going to a LAN if you're hosting it.
Bardolph LAN 2020. Get the coin flips on the go.
All right, well,
extra large coins because I got a big head.
Right, well, here we go. Quick rush on the upper bomb site. Fnatic, they want to just finish it right here, right now, on the upper bomb sites. And North, oh man, they're going to play retake straight away. The bomb's going to be ticking straight away. There's one kit, it's on Valde. Hopefully, he doesn't lose it.
There are 2 flashes. One can go over the top. There it is. There's a second one. Chain flashes. Very nice. Exist is blind. He will not be saved by his teammates. Crims has been taken out. There's JW as well. 4 versus 2. Great retake for North so far, but it can quickly change. Such is the nature of a pistol round. Twist and Broland, stereo frags. 2 versus 2. Valde still with that kit. Do they have position, Fnatic? Once they figure out where they are, is it going to be too late? No one on the bomb just yet. Kiabi's taken out, and now Valde's job is made even harder. Does he go for a gamble defuse? Does he have any choice, really? I think the only thing he could do is really hold it, but that was suicidal. He can make some extra money because he's surely going to die one way or another. And there it is. Fnatic take the pistol.
Okay, it's going to get really difficult now for North. Oh man, they will force into this round double scouts. And double scouts, I mean, it's amazing in some spots. Dust 2, Train. I mean, you could even... Okay, I was going to say in front, it doesn't really work there. Overpass. Like, there's a bunch of maps where, okay, double scouts is pretty cool. Nuke, though, it can very easily be avoided. So I'm kind of worrying for North. See the smokes, that is a huge issue. Crims will make his way forward. Oh, got to wait for that one, does get tagged. And he'll make his way down secret, as will the rest of the team. So they've closed this. Like, what are the scouts going to do on the lower bomb side? If they get the bomb down, I don't know how the scouts will come into play. But they're just holding position in secret right now, so they may just try to throw a fast one on North, force them to rotate a bunch of players down lower in panic mode, and then just rotate back up now when the CTs are out of position.
If you're bottom of the ramp looking at double doors into B / the control window, I think that's the most you're going to get out of the scout, but every team knows how to deal with that when they've got the grenades. Well, there's only one smoke grenade for Fnatic, but maybe one is enough. Gade and Valde get taken down together. There's 1 minute on the clock for Fnatic to clear out the remainder of this, so there's no bomb plant pressure just yet. You can see AZ with his off angle towards Decon, and Twist will be taken out by Yugi. 4 players remain, 2 of which are tagged. And with a 5-7 up close and 2 scouts long range, this could be very dangerous if Fnatic make the wrong maneuver. Wondering what to do. They've got JW to let them escort themselves into the A bomb site. So far, so good. AZ can get himself a rifle. He's got the Galil now. There's Kiabi taken out. He gets a tag, but that's it. Now, do North feel like they've got nothing to lose here in this particular round? Or do they feel compelled to hold on to what they have? That is the question. They don't have a defuse kit. They're about to go up against match point. They probably don't know how many players are tagged, or, well, it still might not be worth it, indeed. We've got Yugi and CT spawn with the scout, so I do believe it's safe territory and game point, not match points, excuse me, for Fnatic.
Yeah, it's looking fantastic for them, and it's definitely not a bad save, all things considered. I mean, the Galil and all, but yeah, it's pretty desperate. And I really like how Fnatic started off the round by threatening a huge maneuver down to that lower bomb site, and then just using that information, knowing that they'd have to rotate some players down lower to exploit them, you know, into the mid rounds. That's beautiful. That's you know, if you want to simplify T-side Counter-Strike, that's one of the ways you can do it. Is manipulating the CT rotations in a way that you can then, or forcing CT rotations and then having that knowledge of how they've rotated to then exploit the weaknesses that they've then opened up. So this might be it. We'll have to see if North can hold on with this force buy. They're actually not looking too bad on the weaponry, but it's not ideal, of course. And once again, Crims is down quickly, the secret.
Kiabi creeping behind the smoke. Got to be careful, though. And he may have bad information because Crims has already passed his position. Now, Crims doesn't have the range to take a duel with the Mach 10, but Yugi's got some information towards ramp position, although he's had to concede it. AZ's been taken out elsewhere. Crims continuing to creep. Now, do North think that there's no way anybody can be coming from that secret position? Because if so, it seems that so, because Gate gets taken out for free, not really checking that position. And this may just collapse around North. I think this is the end of the line for them.
We'll have to see there's still options. They've managed to keep a couple players alive there. Kiabi with another one, and Twist is waiting for him. An important duel, and Kiabi's going to win it. Not bad at all. And Kiabi will now keep pushing forwards towards Hub. He has no idea about JW. The MP5 will make it work. Valde now creeping around. We've seen him do disgusting things on this map. Bomb will be collected by Fnatic, and they don't really have time to walk around, so maybe there's some info for Valde, or maybe not, he's a little bit far away for that. And there's a very open plant, so Valde, as long as he can get JW, it's going to be okay, but JW spots him, and a wide peak with the MP5 seals the deal. 16-2. What an explosive start for Fnatic in this best of 3.
Yeah, who knows what might have happened if North had started on the CT side first, but it is very, very dominant from Fnatic. They gave them no space to breathe. They were completely dominant, very, very strong. And when they did drop the odd round, they recovered very well. And that's the kind of Fnatic that you want to see, the Fnatic which has been missing of late. Their long-term results haven't been too fantastic in, say, the last 6 to 9 months, but maybe there is something for them to do at this major. But first, they need to qualify. It's a good start with the first map in this best-of-3 series. Not what you were expecting from North, though, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw them trying to make it work with a good structure, but they just couldn't. They just couldn't get the kills that they needed, and sometimes that's what it comes down to, man.
Yeah. But it is the first map of a best-of-3, so there is time to recover from that. I think when you lose with a score like that, I feel like a lot of teams would rather lose like that than have a long comeback and still lose. They just get it out of the way, out the system, focus on the next map. Now, I believe we are going to the desk to break that one down. So over to you guys.
Thank you very much, James Bardolph and DDK. I just had a huge roar from that secondary stream.
Yeah,
so.
that's the other game, right?
Yeah,
that is crazy against no chance. I think Crazy are in the lead. Am I correct?
I think it's pretty close right now.
It's,
yeah,
I think it was like 9-9 or something like that.
Very head-to-head. Quite the opposite of the game we're here to break down. North Fnatic, we painted this gorgeous picture of, wow, we've seen how easy it was for them. Now they meet. This is it. And Fnatic, North's map pick, and a huge start.
This is the never-ending discussion of peaking Nuke, starting on your T side.
Yeah.
You better be ready for the challenge. And let's be honest, there's two sides to the story. First of all, Fnatic's CT side at this event right now, that's 13 and 14 rounds, or 13 and 13 rounds. So definitely strong and solid, the wall on the CT side. But on the other hand, if you're North and you're going to pick Nuke, I want to see more than that. I want to see way more than what they showed. So
what did we see?
It was too one-dimensional, right? They tried to play too fast, and it felt to me, that if they had won 1 or 2 rounds early on, maybe they could have drowned Fnatic, like play very quickly, kind of lose your opponent. But when they lost the first duels, they looked silly to me, and I was hoping for more.
Yeah, it was like watching someone trying to cut something with a blunt object. Honestly, that first.
I'm just picturing like
yeah, I can see it now. In my mind, it's an apple, and every time it does, it just kind of rolls over.
Yeah, basically. I think that's a good way to put it. I mean, it's okay to start off trying to do like a fast-paced upper hits and things like that. But if you notice that you're not really having a lot of success, from what obviously we see the big picture, we see the perspective of the CTs, and on so many occasions you could see that none of them were flashed, they were not in awkward positions, they could just mow down 2-3 players.
JW, I mean, that round on Secret, it looked
pretty telling.
Very silly.
Yeah.
I mean, they threw some attempt at a flash, he had a smoke.
I mean, I think the principle of the T side of Nuke is to try to bring chaos to CTs, try to cause them rotations, try to make them misinform you, obviously you threw the wall smokes on yard, and then you can play off of that. Either you send people downstairs or you don't, then you do like an upper hit, you can use the vents, all the kinds of things that just going to make it really, really hard for the CTs to understand exactly what you're doing, slow your play down. But it's kind of weird, we didn't really get to see, that was like there's the one occasion where you saw a North going downstairs from exit, and that was where Twist got the kill through the smoke, and they were already down in numbers at that point in time.
JW, you can see it was top of the scoreboard. We just had a little player highlight there.
Icing on the cake has to be that second base round, though.
Yeah.
5-on-5 after blend situation. North makes it a 4-on-2. They still lose.
They still lose the clutch. Yeah.
I think that was pretty telling of like the whole map in one round, basically.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic, it wasn't necessarily gorgeous from them either. That was the Brolan kind of, okay, I'll take it, I guess.
Fnatic did what they had to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, on the CT side, they didn't have to reinvent the wheel. I think they were just strong in their positions. The trading positioning was working well, and everyone was good for 1 to 2 frags. So mathematically, you're always going to be ahead.
Yeah.
JW once again a very good game on LAN. Past few months, he's the best performer in Fnatic so far. So as we can see here again, it does look silly when you get it that way, and it's not supposed to be like that. And it's one thing for North to decide, okay, listen, our game plan at the beginning is to surprise them and try and take them by surprise. I respect that. That's a totally okay way to abort it. But then you need to pull off all the stops at some point and realize, say, okay, this is not working. We need to slow down. We need to play a deeper multi-layer Counter-Strike. And what was frustrating to me is that the last round, I feel like they did it. The last round, they did some activity onto ramp side, then they poked a little bit inside, they went back to ramp, and that round was supposed to be a win. I think it was Exist got 2 kills through the smoke, but anyway, they waited 15 rounds to put together what I wanted to see after 6 or 7.
Yeah.
They're going to go and look back at this and think they probably had a game plan. I think, obviously, you know, the way that they game through the gates is the fast pace, try to do the heads, try to play that way. But then you have to realize, when do we need to divert, do a bit of a change, because there's different things you can do. Like I said, you can go yard, you can try to dive into the vents, for example, do the slow pace, and I'm sure they have those in their bag. I mean, they should, right? It's basic bit principles of Nuke, so very, very underwhelming. Considering it's the map pick of North as well in this best of 3.
It is underwhelming, but it's worth reminding the viewers at home that it's worth sticking around. Not only are North capable of comebacks, look no further than what they did, of course, over in Stockholm, but also, let's not forget that we have got ourselves Fnatic, somewhat of an unpredictable team. We head to train next, and we're going to take a break before we talk about it.